The Crow's Curse by Paul Wilson. Once upon a time, a fisherman came to his boat to find a crow sitting on the bow. The fisherman, eager to get out and to check his crab and lobster pots, tried to get the crow to leave, but it would not. The fisherman, losing his patience, picked up some pebbles and threw them at the bird, hoping to scare it away. Instead, the crow turned to the man and said, "Sir, why do you throw those stones at me? Am I in any way hurting you or stopping you from starting your day?" The fisherman replied to the bird, "Crow, I fear you will eat my catch if I let you stay. So go now, the sea is no place for you. Leave me in peace." The crow simply walked along the side of the boat and came closer to the man. He then said, "I propose a game of chance with you. If you win, I will leave and never return. But if I win, then you have to let me travel with you and share a small portion of your catch with me each day." The man contemplated the terms for a moment. Not wanting to be outwitted by a bird, he asked, "This game, what are the rules? Will it be cards? Will it be dice? What sort of game of chance can the bird play?" "I propose a simple one," replied the bird. "You pick up a stone from the beach and mark it on one side with ink. I will then fly with it and drop it to the deck of your boat, and if the ink side shows, then you have won. If the other, then I have won." The man thought that this proposition was fair and agreed to the terms. The man walked down the beach and saw a thin piece of chalk in the sand. He picked it up and formulated a plan to rid himself of the bird. He brought the stone back and poured ink on one side of the chalk, making sure he used more than a normal amount. The man, knowing the properties of chalk and the thinness of the rock, calculated that the ink would seep through and thus enable him to have a sure thing and win. After some time, he turned to the bird and said, "Open your beak, crow, and let me put the stone in, so you can fly above and drop it." The bird did as he was asked, suspecting nothing. The crow flew above the fisherman's boat and dropped the stone on the deck, where it landed ink side up, just as the man had planned. "I'm sorry, Crow. It appears you have lost. Be off with you." The crow, having a keen eye and an insight into the nature of men, had watched carefully as the stone had fallen and noticed the fisherman's ruse, but said nothing. The crow simply turned to the man and replied, "It seems you have bested me, fisherman. May your day be fruitful and nothing ill befall you." And with that he flew away. The fisherman set sail and checked his lobster pots and crab traps, then put out his net for the daily catch. Some hours passed and the clouds grew dark and angry. The temperature dropped and the sea grew quite choppy. Then, out of nowhere, the crow appeared, squawking in rage, and attacked the man, pecking directly at his face as to blind him. As the fisherman, battered and bleeding from his eyes, fell back, he heard the crow say, "You cheated, fisherman. You broke our agreement. So from this day forth I curse you and those that come after. If any sailor sees one of my kind on their boats before setting sail, then doom will befall them, and they will never return to land safely." With those final words, the crow landed on the fisherman's skull, claws embedded in the skin, and, pecking his eyes and picking at his skin, the fisherman fell back, overboard, and drowned, never to be heard of again.